Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, or otherwise strange content. Today we are returning to the Twilight Zone, which is a favorite of mine. It's a favorite running series on this channel. How many have we done now? We did the guy that was in hell but he didn't know it, spoiler alert. And then the one about the evil slot machine from hell, spoiler alert. And then the one about the mannequins that come to life. Not really a spoiler alert. Actually, those last two weren't spoiler alerts, so it's fine. I think those are the only ones that we've done, right? I haven't done any other ones. Today we're talking about the episode Living Doll. I believe it's season 5, episode 6. This one is a personal favorite slash point of nightmare fuel for me. This is one of the ones that everybody talks about when they ask, like, what's the scariest Twilight Zone? This is the one with, it's called Living Doll. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. There's a sentient talking doll that's very creepy. So everybody knows that I am slowly immersion therapying myself away from my fear of puppets and claymation on this channel, so I guess this is a step in that direction. And before we get into it, I just want to say, I haven't seen this episode in a while, but I do remember that there are themes of abuse, like verbal abuse, that kind of thing. So if, like, abusive stepdad is not something that you want to focus on right now, I totally understand. I'll see you in the next video. Just wanted to give that warning. Sometimes Twilight Zone episodes can be super dark, and we sometimes forget because of how, like, it has this place in, like, campy science fiction pop culture, that the Twilight Zone is very intense sometimes, so.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination.
Oh, this is the first one that I think that we've covered where we got the classic intro. Fun fact, the intro that everybody remembers from the Twilight Zone didn't happen until way later in the series, so this is my favorite one. I think it's everybody's favorite one.
A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight.
Twilight Zone deserved way more time on American television than it got. Absolute classic show. I know we got, like, well over 100 episodes of it, but still.
Christy?
So we start off with this mom and her daughter coming home from shopping.
I want you to run upstairs with your present.
Can't Daddy see it?
The mom has bought her daughter a doll, and as in all healthy parental-child relationships, she knows that the dad is going to be pissed that his daughter got a doll, so she wants to keep it secret.
I thought we agreed.
All right, Christy, show Daddy your doll.
I already feel bad for this family.
For heaven's sakes, Annabelle, a doll like that would cost...
I put it on the account.
The husband slash, I believe it's a stepfather situation, he is very controlling when it comes to money. I believe that's called financial abuse, but I'm not an expert. But yeah, he's an asshole. That's not a joke. That's just just an observation.
She's alive, Daddy.
But look, she's so excited about it. She's like, look, I got this doll, and I'm so happy, and it makes me happy. Oh my god, it's terrifying.
And her name is Taki Tina.
Okay, it's not just me. It can't just be me. It just can't be. That's a terrifying doll, right?
My name is Taki Tina.
The doll's name is Taki Tina because it is one of those dolls that talks. When I saw this doll, first thing I thought was, wow, I hope it can have a conversation with me.
And I love you very much.
Oh, and it moves. It's a moving doll as well. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on it. Well, it's an episode of the Twilight Zone, so we all know we're gonna have to keep an eye on the random doll that's now been entered into the house. Invited in like a vampire doll. Vampire dolls would be a great name for a band.
Eric, I don't think it's the price of the doll that's upsetting you.
Now we're gonna get some more of that Freudian gibberish you've been getting from a doctor, huh?
To add to the list of asshole things that this dad does, he is against therapy. Don't be against therapy. Therapy is very helpful and normal.
I love you very much.
Will you shut that thing off?
I agree. I'm fully on the side of the mother and daughter, but I got some Stranger Danger vibes from Taki Tina.
Will you shut that thing off?
But that would be like killing it. You want your child to incapacitate her new friend? So the little girl runs away upset, leaving Taki Tina to just, like, do the robot on the couch alone. Apparently I'm not good at doing the robot. I'm sorry.
Oh, Eric, how could you?
And the mother runs upstairs too, leaving the dad alone with the creepy doll. Ah! I don't like when it looks into my soul.
My name is Taki Tina, and I don't think I like you.
Do you think Rod Serling is, like, looking down upon humanity from the other side, just, like, seeing Chucky and Annabelle come out and be like, damn it, I did it first! And I did it better!
And I don't think I like you.
Oh, the doll has special things to say to asshole dads, apparently.
Talkie Tina, the doll that does everything.
I know, Rod Serling.
To Eric Strater, she is a most unwelcome addition to his household.
Rod! We've actually gotten to the part of the series where they've started panning over to him. Wait, is it technically a pan? I can never remember the difference between a pan and a dolly and I'll ask my brother. It's probably not pan, but you know what I mean. They, like, whoop, go over to Rod Serling in episode instead of him just doing a voiceover.
But without her, he'd never enter the Twilight Zone.
Rod Serling seems to think that people enjoy being in the Twilight Zone. The majority of people in the Twilight Zone don't enjoy their stay. Some do, but most don't.
She is a most unwelcome addition to his household.
It cannot be said enough how much Rod Serling was wonderful for being somebody that was like, I'm going to teach America some really progressive takes. Oh, what's that? You won't let me put my progressive takes on TV in the 50s and 60s because that's threatening to the way that we do things right now? Cool, I'm gonna hide it under 17 layers of sci-fi analogies and then put it on TV. And then everybody will love it. How much does that doll need to be wound up?
And I think I could even hate you.
Usable soundbite, I swear. So he decides a good thing to do with the sentient doll that already doesn't like him is throw it across the room. I'm sure that'll make it a real good friend of his.
My name is Talkie Tina.
I don't like the zoom in on the doll's face.
And you'll be sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm regretting my life choices right now. Also, side note, I've messed my eyebrows up before and they've kind of looked like Talkie Tina's eyebrows. No offense, Talkie Tina. I don't want you to come for me next. I've already had my Furby get possessed on me. I don't need a Talkie Tina in my life.
Why, Eric?
The mom comes down and in this like depressingly like resigned tone, she's just like, you threw the fucking doll. Why? Why would you do that? Again?
You didn't have to throw it.
There's quite a vocabulary.
Makes it sound like it's just dropping F-bombs left and right. Like, if Talkie Tina turns on and is like, you're a fucking numbnuts, that would be funny.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I love you very much.
The mom's like, wow, what a hardcore doll. Biting commentary she has.
Your anger toward Christy. I know you're having a difficult time adjusting to her, but I can't let you treat her this way.
Yeah, so they have a conversation about what I said before. This is a stepdad situation. He hates his new stepkid. That sucks. Maybe don't get married to somebody with a kid if you don't want kids. I don't know.
She's my daughter, Eric. I love her.
I love her.
He's like, oh, you love your daughter? You're a good mother who loves her child? Screw you. It's like, what?
But I don't love her.
Who says that, dude? You're the worst.
I'm only her stepfather, and I'm incapable of loving children because we can't have any of our own.
I love how he's like trying to like turn this around on her and be like, you're just mad at me because we can't have kids of our own. It's like, no, I don't think the situation is that she wants you to have more children in this state. I think if you wanted to have more kids, you should be a little bit more open to the one that's already present, but I don't know.
I'm glad I'm not the cold, cruel ogre that Mommy and daughter think I am. I appreciate all the faith you have in me.
Well, it sounds like you're a self-fulfilling prophecy, dude. You think they hate you, so you become a hateable person, and then they hate you. That's not productive.
Eric, please give us a chance. Christy and me. I know you got more than you bargained for when you married me.
You could really hear the cut in the way that the room tone shifted right there.
Christy and me. I know you got more than you bargained for.
Not their fault, just a thing that happens sometimes. Especially in these old shows where they didn't have as many options available to them when it came to, like, editing. But, yeah, I just think it's funny.
2 for the price of 1, wasn't it?
Like the bargain bin at Walmart? It's a terrible way to think about getting married.
Oh, if I may, I know it's funny.
I had to giggle because it's marriage and a purchase. Okay.
I'm sorry, Daddy, if I made you mad.
Don't apologize, Christy. You're gonna have issues later on in life. You're gonna be a people pleaser and think that everything is your fault. Maybe. Also, is it the hair or does Christy look like a tiny me? Am I just the only one that's seeing that? I think it's just the hair that we have in common.
Be a good girl, Tina, and eat your supper.
Eat your own supper, Christy.
So that night at dinner, Christy is feeding Tina. I think everybody went through this phase where you had like either a doll or some kind of stuffed animal that you like carried around and pretended that they were sentient and like had a full conversation with them. I went through a couple of phases of this. I did have a Mycene doll because Mycene dolls were never scary to me. They were just awesome. And Noli was particularly the one that I would carry around all the time. She would go on car trips and everything with me and pack her own little bag when we went on trips. I also had a little stuffed animal that was a little pink pig that I've had forever. Still have her. Her name was Suey. Yeah, my grandma named her that because, you know, like, that's how you, like, are supposed to call pigs. My grandma lived on a farm, and Suey would come to dinner and eat dinner with us almost every night for a good bit. Why do we call pigs like that? Okay, so apparently it derives from the Latin word su, meaning pig, and we got a pig. I'm talking about Twilight Zone. Sorry, getting off on a tangent.
Huh?
And then the doll opens one eye just to wink creepily at the dad, almost like she's hitting on him, which is weird.
I didn't know your dog could wink.
Tina can't wink, Daddy.
She just did.
Never mind.
Yeah, just stop talking about the maybe sentient doll.
She'll be a good playmate for Christy.
Mm-hmm. Lacking a brother or sister, is that what you mean?
Maybe she's just lacking, like, more than one parental figure that doesn't hate her? I don't know.
I didn't say that.
But that's why you bought the doll, isn't it?
This dude doesn't die by the end of this episode. I'm gonna be disappointed in you, Rod Serling.
Are you through with your dinner?
Yes, Mommy.
Tina's moving independently. I don't like it. Does Talkie Tina have food on her face? What's happening?
Christy would hate you, and I would hate you.
So the doll is normal and sweet and just like a regular doll when the mom or daughter is around. When she's alone with the dad, she goes from like, I'm gonna be your best friend, to like, listen, I fucking hate you, you son of a bitch. You listen to me right here. I got my eye on you.
And I'm beginning to hate you.
It's very intense.
My name is Eric Strader, and I'm going to get rid of you.
You wouldn't dare.
So he goes over and cleans the doll's face up and then is just like, I'm gonna throw you in the trash, which feels like a bad strategy move to tell the doll, the sentient, possessed maybe doll, that you're going to dispose of her.
Annabelle would hate you.
Oh, and his wife's name is Annabelle, name of another famously terrifying doll. Oh, I was like, wait, is he pulling out gum? And I was like, oh no, it's a cigarette. Cigarettes were much more permitted on TV back in the 60s than they are now in America.
So you have feelings.
Doesn't everything?
He's gonna torture the doll?
Oh,
The soundbite of the voice actor having to go, eh!
Then I can hurt you.
not really. But I could hurt you.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a showdown.
Threats from a doll.
I would listen to her. I think Tina can kick your ass, dude.
The game's over.
Game?
Putting walkie-talkies in dolls.
So he's accusing his wife of rigging up the doll with a walkie-talkie to mess with him, which honestly is not an invalid thing to think, I guess, because the alternative is that the doll is sentient and alive.
And that last bit about feelings.
Doesn't everything?
But also, douchey thing to say when she obviously isn't doing that.
Walkie-talkies.
Come on, get off it, will you, Annabelle?
From this poor lady's perspective, she leaves the room just to, like, get a dish and comes back in, and her husband's like, did you hear what that doll said to me? And it's like, oh my god.
May I take Tina?
Not outside. You can show her to Linda later.
Linda wants to see Tina.
All right, dear.
I love how she asked to take the doll over to the friend's house. The mom said no. She left for 3 minutes maybe, and then came back and was like, my friend also wants me to take the doll over, and she's like, okay, whatever. Maybe the mom's just ready to separate the doll from her husband. Maybe that's gonna diffuse the situation.
Isn't she sweet, Daddy?
She's an angel who's gonna kill somebody.
You and Christy are trying to get even with me, isn't that it?
Yes, I'm sure the 5-year-old is in on this plot to gaslight you too. This is starting to feel very out of bounds.
Keep your secret.
You'll be sorry.
Yeah, you remember how when we covered the slot machine episode and the guy dies at the end? Spoiler alert, that one was a spoiler alert for that episode. Everybody in the comments was like, you know, I think this is for the best because he was clearly an overbearing, kind of abusive husband and his wife deserves better. I'm getting the same vibes from that. I feel like Rod Serling is going to make sure that a character this evil is going to get their comeuppance.
Christy?
So he goes into the dimly lit garage and he's calling the daughter, and the daughter's not there, but the doll is sitting there just chilling out. I guess the daughter decided not to take her to the friend? I'm confused. Maybe the doll can teleport. I like that I can see the beads of sweat on this guy's forehead, like he's already thinking, aw, shit.
You are
Oh my god, from that angle it makes it look even more terrifying. He throws the doll in the trash. As we all know from every horror movie ever, you can't just throw out the demon-possessed thing. It's gonna keep coming back. You gotta burn that shit. Oh my god, that was weird. Okay, so I'm like mildly allergic to tree nuts, and seeing this cut to this dude just like shelling walnuts, all of a sudden like my mouth started feeling like super dry and itchy, as if my brain was afraid that I was going to have to try to consume a walnut. It was very weird. My brain is just being dramatic, I think.
Where's Tina, Daddy?
I wouldn't know.
The next day, the little girl can't find her doll because he threw it in the trash.
Where is she, Daddy?
Well, now, if your mother can't tell you, then neither can I.
I know that I have a skewed bit of logic in this situation because I'm allergic to them, but why eat just walnuts? Like, I see the appeal of putting walnuts in stuff, but just walnuts? Although, it took me way too long to realize that I had an allergy, because I just always thought that walnuts tasted itchy and that happened for everybody.
Hello?
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 Sorry, I think you're breaking up. That's right, bitch, it's me. I'm talking Tina.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm going to kill you.
Oh boy, the doll has homicidal tendencies. That's intense. Oh, we got a bumper for a commercial break that we don't get anymore, because this is the future.
Who is this? Annabelle? Hello?
He has such a proper way of saying hello. Sounds like he's going, hello?
Hello?
Hello? A transatlantic hello. Now that the doll has called him on the phone, he goes to the trash can to check. He's like, I don't think she has phone service in there. That was a weird switching of angles. Did you see that? Starts pulling the lid off of the trash can to his diagonal right, and then we cut to him pulling it clearly by the way that his hands are positioned to his diagonal left, and then it's back to pulling it off into the right side of his body. Someone didn't keep continuity on that. Happens to the best of us.
Now, you knew I put her in the trash can.
What?
So he accuses his wife of taking the doll, and she's like, what do you mean? And he's like, I put it in the trash can, it's not there. She's like, you did what?
Now, listen, I've had enough of this nonsense, Annabelle. Enough is enough, and a joke is a joke, but you're carrying it too far.
Me?
You!
She's like, I'm the one acting irrational right now. Okay.
I swear it.
You telling the truth?
This is a stupid line of questioning for multiple reasons. First of all is, even if she was lying, do you think she's gonna tell you? You think if you lie to somebody and then they go, are you telling me the truth? You're gonna feel compelled to be like, oh, actually, no, I was lying. I'm very sorry about that.
Didn't you do it?
Do what?
He accuses her of calling from the extension, doing the Tina voice, and threatening to kill him, which, like, he says it so, like, matter-of-factly, like, yeah, you probably would do something like that. And it's like, how bad is your marriage, dude? It's like, yes, my wife probably is doing this to me. I would do something similar to her. It's like, what? What do you mean?
No, it couldn't have been you. How could you have made the phone ring? I mean, there are ways, but...
Yes, the newfangled technology of calling somebody from inside the house. The call is coming from inside the house.
It said, my name is Talkie Tina, and I'm going to kill you.
He seems like he's about to cry. It makes me happy. Only because he's an asshole and he's not real. I don't usually like when people... Anyway.
Eric.
So after traumatizing his wife, I assume he's going up to traumatize his stepdaughter, who has found Tina, and now they're having a nap together in her room, which I should be terrified for the little girl, but that doll is like that little girl's warrior protector. The dude is the one who should be scared shitless.
I told you you'd be sorry.
Don't take it out of her hand while she's sleeping. You want to hear a cute anecdote from my childhood while we're all being stressed out by this creepy scenario? I have a picture of me sleeping almost exactly like that, but with my cat back in the day when I was really little. It's adorable. I'll have to see if I can find the picture somewhere.
Christy, wake up, Christy.
Tina wakes up Christy, and then he takes the doll forcibly away from Christy.
Tina belongs to me.
I don't like this.
What's happening?
Tina's gonna have so much trauma to work through. I mean, we all do, but like, she's gonna have her own unique brand of trauma.
Daddy, please.
I'm not your daddy.
Nope, that's trauma. That's trauma, all right. You know that game that we all play as adults now where we're like, is this fear that I have irrational, or is this just unpacked trauma? Poor little kid. Oh God, he's gonna crush her. Oh God. No, the doll feels pain. Don't do that.
I can stand this if you can.
This is so twisted. The giggle just like sent a chill down my spine. He's gonna light her on fire. No. She won't burn like the old VeggieTales episode. He's gonna cut her head off. Oh, the ad censors are not gonna like that I just said that, but that's what's happening. Blame Rod Serling, YouTube. He can't destroy the doll. The doll is just, I don't know, the Deadpool of dolls. It can't be killed.
Eric, don't!
Leave me alone.
Ew. That was so horrible of him, but so lame at the same time. Also, off topic, but the mom is killing it on the fashion front. Not what I'm supposed to be focusing in on right now, but like, look at with the tied up shirt and the mom capris. I love it. This is probably the only time in my life I've seen a sentient doll be impervious to destruction and been happy about it. I'm like, yeah, you get him, Tina. He tries throwing her away again and tying her up in cloth and putting a bunch of bricks on top of the trash can.
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
Oh, and meanwhile, his wife is gonna leave him, which, thank God.
But why?
Why? You have to ask why?
You had to show your hatred for me and for Christy.
Now look, Annabelle.
I don't like that you're in her personal bubble, dude. Get away from her.
You've become a stranger to me, Eric.
Yeah!
You're filled with blind, unreasonable hate.
Go you, Annabelle. Good for you.
Tell him you tried to kill a doll.
I couldn't.
She's like, you tried to kill a doll, and he's like, you're right, I failed after everything. I couldn't kill it. I do suck.
I'll give it back to Christy. Will that solve things?
No, Annabelle, don't fall for it.
I don't know, Eric.
You can do better, Annabelle. She can't hear me. I wish she could, though. Doll's gonna be gone. The top of the can is all dented in.
My name is Talkie Tina,
Oh, nope, she's still there. Biding her time.
and I don't forgive you.
Oof. Talking Tina quotes the wise words of the poet Katy Perry. Karma's not a liar, she keeps receipts.
Tina. Oh, Tina.
He's like, here's your doll. It's not really that burnt or cut up or squished. And whatever she says to you about being thrown in the trash, it's all vicious lies. Oh, I thought for a second he had been banished to sleeping on the couch, and then I remembered the whole, like, 50s and 60s TV thing of, like, what if married people slept in the same bed? Then the moral corruption of America will start.
What is it?
I heard something.
Is Talking Tina just kind of sneaking down the stairs, and as soon as she hears the mom wake up, she's like, freeze.
No, stay there.
Do you think Rod Serling pitched this idea after being freaked out by one of his own children's toys? Like, do you think one of his kids, like, watched this episode and was like, Dad, that never happened, and he's like, give it time, honey. I love Rod Serling with all my heart and soul. So he goes sneaking down the stairs very quietly. And then he goes falling down the stairs very not quietly. And look at Talking Tina just go flying. She just yeets away like, whee! But she fell down the stairs in this, and then she was tossed down the stairs in the next. Guys, continuity, you guys. Well, that's gotta hurt, but he's still alive. Oh, don't tell me he died like that? How? He fell down a few stairs and then was breathing and then went, eh. It wasn't very convincing as an on-screen death, but you know what? Karma came for that bitch.
Eric!
My name is Talkie Tina. And you'd better be nice to me.
Talking Tina's like, look, you and I probably won't have any problems, but just so you're aware, don't fuck with me, lady.
Of course, we all know dolls can't really talk.
Well, they can talk. They can't speak for themselves. It's semantics. You're right, Rod Serling. You're always right.
And they certainly can't commit murder. But to a child caught in the middle of turmoil and conflict, a doll can become many things.
So are we saying that the daughter killed him and it was all just imagination?
Especially a doll like Talkie Tina, who did talk and did commit murder.
Oh, no. Yeah, I forgot. This is a Twilight Zone.
In the misty region of the Twilight Zone.
He's like, Remember, viewers, this probably definitely maybe won't happen to you with your kids' toys, but in the Twilight Zone, everything goes.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Next on Twilight Zone.
The way that they had him turned away from the camera and then he just turned... He's so adorable. I love Rod Serling. Sorry, fangirling over. My voice is cracking because I fangirled too hard. I fangirled too close to the sun. So anyway, yeah, that's the episode. Terrifying, right? I never thought I'd catch myself rooting for the sentient doll, but you know what? That guy was a real son of a bitch. I guess add abusive parents to the long list of things that Rod Serling was like, that's pretty fucked up. Don't do that. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Anything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye!